What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm taking a look at the remaining sneaker releases in July and whether I think they're gonna sit or whether I think they're gonna sell. Huge shout out to Reshoevn8r for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to check out any of their sneaker cleaning products, make sure to do so by clicking the link at the top of the description and using my discount code SETH for 10% off your entire order. As always, while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button, but with all that out of the way, let's get into it. As I'm sure you all know, the first half of July was filled with some pretty insane sneaker releases. We had all sorts of goodness, including the Nike React Element 87, which might be one of my favorite sneakers of the entire year. And while yes, the end of the month might not be as insane as the beginning of the month, there's still some pretty great stuff dropping. I'm sure by now you guys are familiar with how this type of video works, but if you're not, let me fill you guys in. Basically, I'm going to be going over all the important sneaker releases from the middle of July till the end of July and letting you guys know whether I think they're going to sit or whether I think they're going to sell. Of course, take my sit or sell ratings with a grain of salt because they are all my own personal opinion. So please don't base your buying decisions off this video. Only buy a shoe because you like it and not because some random guy on the internet told you to. Starting off the middle of the month on July 18th, we've got the KD11 Still KD in black and gray. I could be wrong, but I think this is the second KD11 colorway to release in the United States. Obviously, it's already released overseas, but I think the first colorway to drop in the United States was the eyeball colorway. Regardless, I love black and gray colorways. I think this is probably one of the cleanest KD11 colorways that I've seen so far. It's funny because I'm usually pretty interested in brand new basketball models when they release, but I've been watching a lot of performance reviews of people who got their pairs overseas like Nightwing, and it's just not a shoe that I really think that I need. There's nothing really special about it, and I've heard that there's just not enough good going on to sort of outweigh the bad, and so for that reason, I'm not gonna grab it, and I also just don't think this colorway is gonna sell out either. Moving on to the next day, July 19th, we've got the PG 2.5 in black anthracite. This is sort of a mid-life cycle update on the PG2. Nike has made a few small tweaks and added a strap on the midfoot like the original PG1. The PG line hasn't disappointed when it's come to performance wear, but it's not really a shoe that I see a lot of people rocking for lifestyle, so for that reason, I think it's gonna sit. Next up is the VaporMax 2.0 in the red Orbit colorway. This is not a shoe I ever want. I just don't love that bright red on that translucent outsole. Plus, I don't really love VaporMaxes, and least of all the VaporMax 2.0. I also think the hype on the VaporMaxes has died down, so I definitely see these shoes sitting. And finally wrapping up July 19th, we've got the Air Max 95 in solar red. Out of the three shoes releasing on July 19th, I think this has the highest possibility of actually selling out, mainly because it's a retro Air Max 95 silhouette and people really seem to be loving the Air Max 95s right now. However, this is one of those shoes that I see possibly selling out online, like on the sneakers app and maybe on Nike.com. However, I think if you actually go to a brick and mortar Nike store or even just a Foot Locker, you should be able to find pairs on shelves. So based on that, I'm gonna give the shoe a sit. Moving on to July 21st, we've got the Air Jordan 10 Cement. In my opinion, this is not an attractive Air Jordan 10. I don't like how they put that sort of speckled white and black cement print on the entire shoe. I've got to be honest, it's definitely weird to me. I like that color scheme on the Air Jordan 4 Cement. I think it looks great in like small little parts of the shoe, but on a shoe that is just entirely that, not my thing. I mean, if you guys agree with me or don't agree with me, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this shoe because I know some people like it, but I think a majority of people don't. With that being said, I think the shoe is gonna sit. And then rounding off July 21st, we've got two Para and Nike collaboration sneakers. This collaboration was inspired by Para's love of visual pop culture, and this is his take on the colorful Dutch countryside. The first shoe in the collaboration is the Para Nike Zoom Spyridon. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Spyridon silhouette, but that's probably because I don't have any nostalgia towards it. However, there are some hardcore Spyridon fans, and there's definitely going to be some Para collaboration fans, so I definitely see this shoe selling out. The second shoe in the collaboration is the Para Nike Air Max 1. This is definitely the more popular out of the two, and this is obviously the pair that Nike's been pushing the hardest. I've seen press about this shoe everywhere, so everyone does know that this shoe is dropping. And in my personal opinion, I do really like the art style, and I think on the Air Max 1, it's definitely a shoe that I could see myself rocking. Because of the popularity of this design on this shoe, and because it's such a limited collaboration, I definitely see this shoe selling out. Moving on to July 23rd, we've got two women's Air Jordan 1s dropping. These are both part of the Vogue Air Jordan Anna Wintour OK collection, and unfortunately they're both collabs on the Air Jordan 1 High Zip. I'm not sure why they didn't just collab on the regular women's Air Jordan 1 High. The Zip is probably the best looking out of all these women's exclusive Air Jordan 1s that have been dropping recently, and so I guess I'm glad they collabed on that shoe and not the Rebel, which is just, I don't know what they were thinking with that, but honestly, I do think it is actually a pretty nice looking collaboration. The first shoe dropping is the white colorway with red accents. I think this one is my favorite out of the two, and because it's a Vogue collaboration, I definitely see this shoe selling out. Next up is the red colorway, which I also do think looks pretty good. Again, Air Jordan Vogue collaboration, I definitely see this shoe selling out as well. Continuing on to July 27th, we've got the Nike Kyrie 4 in the triple black colorway. Will this shoe sell out? Probably not. Next up is the women's Air Jordan 13 in white and snakeskin. This is a primarily white women's exclusive Air Jordan 13 with a little bit of snakeskin at the bottom. Actually a pretty good looking shoe. I kind of wish they had made it in men's sizes. However, because it's in women's only sizing and I just don't think the demand is there, I think it's probably gonna sit. And finally, rounding off July 27th with probably the biggest release of the month, the black off-white Nike Prsto. This shoe is the only other shoe I definitely need this month, the first being the Nike React Element 87. With that being said, will I have to pay resale? Probably. Am I willing to pay resale? Probably not. But I still hope somehow I get lucky. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to add another off-white Prsto to my collection because I do have the original version, which unfortunately is getting beaten up because I wear it so much. And if I were to get this triple black pair, I'd probably wear it more because you won't be able to see the damage as easily. Plus, I could give my original pair a rest. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure by this point you guys can assume the shoe will definitely sell out. And finally, rounding off the month on July 28th, we have one release, the Air Jordan 3 Triple White. This is an all-white Air Jordan 3 with the translucent blue outsole. To my knowledge, it'll come in all sizes from toddler all the way up to men's. Based on what I'm seeing, it's going to be a pretty heavy GR and will definitely not be hard to get. So most likely, the Triple White Air Jordan 3s will probably sit. But that pretty much wraps up the video for today. I'd love to know your thoughts on the remaining sneakers dropping in July and which ones you're looking forward to most, so make sure to leave those comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram and IGTV at @RealSethFowler. I post a lot of IGTV exclusive unboxings and behind the scenes videos, so if you guys want to check that out, make sure to give me a follow over there. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.